Very good morning. Been a while, isn't it? What happened was, as they say, so a few weeks ago I was meant to do a trip to Montenegro, but sadly there was an issue with the paperwork, so that didn't happen. Because it couldn't get resolved in time because the boss man had a conference to go to, so that got knocked on the head, unfortunately. So I ended up just doing a few UK runs, then come on Bessie. Then I did a bit of driver training, so obviously not going to film that. Then we went on holiday for a week to Malta, and that was just a bit of a blur, really. I did think about trying to put something together, but it just flashed past, as most holidays do. And when I come back, poor old Charlie the dog was looking really, really poorly, to the point of I stayed on the sofa with him for the night because I was actually fearing the worst. So managed to get a vet appointment the next day. He's on penicillin and about 200 times better than what he was even before we went away, so I think it must have been perhaps a long-term thing. Anyway, I shan't bore you with that. So which brings me now round to now, and I've now transitioned. That's right, I've transitioned from shorts to trousers because, as you can see, it's, I think, being as it's the 19th of October, I think summer is well and truly officially finished and done and gone and buried. Which is a shame, because on Monday, bearing in mind it's now Thursday, when we woke up in Malta it was 28 degrees. I sat outside in the sun reading a book before we flew home. So it's not too bad, to be fair. It's still 15 degrees, but there was loads of rain and wind last night, as I'm sure people in the UK are aware of. They were to look back wistfully at the weather reports. Don't know why you would. So just a 3-day week this week for RBT, and then next week Norman's, and then subject to change, most probably RBT up until Christmas. So I don't know how much I'll put together, because I don't know how much will be the same thing. So I've just tipped to Envar at St Ives, or near St Ives. I did 2 into here yesterday, I'm doing 1 today, and I'm now on my way to Peterborough to reload out of Booker's, Tesco's, to go back, because I am off to a gig tonight in Norwich to go and see Hardfi, because my mate is driving the band bus and he's very kindly put me on the guest list. And I got the dentist, that's another thing. I come home from holiday, had the dentist the next day, so I had the vets, then the dentist, 2 new tyres on the van, then I went shopping, and flipping heck, I think that lot probably cost me more than what the entire holiday did. So there we go, such is life. So yeah, quite glad to get back to, well, always glad to get back to work, to enjoy my job, but I've got a lot of bills to pay. I mean, the vet alone was 180 quid for, I don't know, 15 minutes and some penicillin. Just unreal, isn't it? So typically this morning that took over an hour to tip, as usually that might take half an hour or so. So no, such is life. Not the end of the world, is it? Although it means I'm now kind of going to cop a bit of sort of rush hour school run traffic, but should still be in I was going to say Norwich, just when I'm going tonight. Should be in Peterborough for about 9 o'clock. So even if I'm out there by 10, it's back for around lunchtime. That will work out nicely, very nicely. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, quite a busy old few weeks, but just not with the camera rolling. for obvious reasons. So I got a couple of dives in Malta, which is very nice. Well, 4 to be precise, two over 2 days. And because it wasn't an official dive holiday. Oh yeah, this is going to be pretty much like this out to the A14, I reckon. Yes, so in other news, my latest book project is in at the publishers. I can't remember if I've mentioned that or not. So that's kind of the lid put on that as such. I've got certainly, well, I've got my Zenobia one still ticking away. Just need to convince the publishers that that's a good one to go with. And I've got another chap who's up for a book project on him and his company, and I'm going to speak to another one today who had sort of approached me about it before, so hopefully a couple more to start working on, which would be good. Try and get these histories documented and out in print form. Oh, excuse me. Oh dear, so it's all go. Plus I'm doing an online course for basically it's like a A-level, I believe, in teaching, because I want to get into teaching ADR. So Martin's Driver Training, who I work for, have sort of said I need to get this behind me, just so they can, rather than me go and do a 2-week course on how to teach it, if I can get this done, it should be a much cheaper way of being able to present ADR courses, and CPC, I believe. So that's completely out of my comfort zone. I did the first thing and got my feedback, which was well, alright, but you've got, the hardest part really is trying to think like a school teacher would, I think, because you've got to answer generically, if that makes sense. So the fact that I'm either going to be teaching scuba divers, which I can already do, or truck drivers. You know, one of the things they talked about, for argument's sake, was what if the students have got financial issues, and you know, how do they get to the course? You know, is there buses and trains? And I'm thinking, well, if you're a truck driver, you know, I'm 99% sure you're going to be relying on your vehicle or your boss to get you to the said course, because you're going to be a qualified driver. Because I can't really think of many applications where you need an ADR licence and you won't have a car licence, or even a truck licence as such. So car, because obviously you can drive a van and you could be under scope for ADR. Anyway, waffling. So that's a bit of a challenge as well, trying to get my head done and around that. So the theory is, if I'm on day work for the rest of the year, then when I come home at night and I'm not too pooped, I can try and do a little bit of studying, or even if I have the misery of sitting in an RDC again, then I can just take my headphones and have a listen to some of the videos and just sort of try and absorb it a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. That should be, I'd like to think, interesting. We'll see. So yeah, busy. So anyway, I'm going to stop this for now, because it's far too much waffle. Let's head off towards Peterborough, because this is just going to swing around and drop me onto the old A14. to go around to the new A14 and up the A1. So it wasn't quite as bad as what I thought it was going to be. I'm still waffling. Right, let's see what the morning brings. So tipping all the scrap wood which goes into these, it fires the furnace to the plant. So that's me reloaded at Booker. Now if you look on the end of that fence there, there's a little tiny sign. Did you see it? Because I didn't when I come in, and I don't think anyone else does. It says reverse in only, which, that's all well and good, but I came from this way that I'm now going out because there's a low bridge a bit further down the road. So as you come to that and you turn left in, you're looking in your mirror at your trailer, checking the curb, and not looking for a little tiny sign that says reverse in only. So I know for future reference anyway, should I head that way. I've got a back on in. Oh, come on, messing with me. So that's me reloaded, heading back to Holston, so that'll do. Super job. Should be back there around 12ish, something like that. So get it tipped, which hopefully won't take too long. Famous last words at Chet. And head to the dental hygienist. Oh, it just doesn't get much better, does it? Still, needs must. I dread to think how uncomfortable it is to have bad teeth at some point, and I've been unfortunate enough to witness work colleagues of mine at Trans Am with like problems with their teeth on tour, and it just looks like absolute agony. So I'd rather spend a bit of time and money, have them looked at, just look after them. Seems like a much better thing to do. I didn't go to the dentist for, crikey, years and years and years. It's really when I started at Trans Am I thought, well, I better do, just because I don't want anything to go wrong abroad. So anyway, that's enough of my dental history. Oh dear. So hopefully I'm going to stop at Risby, grab some diesel, and hopefully have a fairly easy run back. It's another half an hour till Potmaster. Exciting times. Just about beat the rain, because it just sort of started spitting when I was doing my curtains up, so we're ahead of that curve at least, which is a bonus. Let's go and see what the A1's like. I mean, who doesn't like tipping in the rain? Oh God. Hey ho. Anyway, I've just done another NVAR and I'm now off to March to go and reload. So it's Friday now, absolutely soaked. Never mind. It is October, isn't it, at the end of the day? Got to be expected. Oh. Not the best junction in the world to get out of because you've got a bit of a hill just here, especially in this rain and the windows are all steamy. So now off to March, or near March, for collection back to Harleston, so it shouldn't be too bad. Just need to try and dry everything out, which is probably an impossible mission. The thing is, it's not cold, so I'm having the heater on and blooming warm. Turn left down Piddly Sheep Lane. Interesting to see how the fens cope with a bit of the old wet stuff. It's horrible when it gets in the old undercrackers as well, when you're just sitting here damp. Ugh, never mind. So it's only about 18 miles up to the collection, so about half an hour or so, the sort nav is saying. Now, yeah, be relatively straightforward Friday, I hope. Sort of, as soon as I was saying that, I know that I've jinxed it. So well done, Matt. Brilliant move. And I was about to say, what could possibly go wrong? That's already gone wrong, because when I got in this morning, I realised I left my tachograph in last night. What a wally. And this truck doesn't default to brake. So I had, I don't know, nearly 15 hours of other work. That's a good start. So maybe that's what's going to go wrong today. Hey ho, hey ho. Oh dear. Well, I hope it clears up for the weekend anyway. Right, so Junior, that's kind of footpath. Oh, there's a drive on the right that's kind of showing as a road. Smart on, isn't it? I believe that recovery company are still running an SK Mercedes. I don't know whereabouts they are. Let's try and track them down. Oh, lovely weather for ducks. Right, I'm going to open the windows and try and de-steam a little bit, so I'm going to turn this off for now. See how we get on. So the rain's been pretty relentless. I think that the road is shut between the beet factory intake and like the when you come back down when you're empty. So let's go and have a quick look. I've got a feeling we'll be on a diversion. Flooded this morning, and so they wouldn't have it pumped out. I don't know how the sugar beets are getting on, if that's the case. Nope, something's open. Just be a bit damp. Not letting, doesn't look like they're letting beet in. Always floods down here when it gets really wet. Doesn't get particularly deep, I don't think, but the alternative is if you went left, go up the hill there to the next roundabout, turn right and go across. That's kind of so that van just turned around. I'm pretty sure it's an electric van. And having cars coming at you on the wrong side of the road doesn't really help. You just think, if it's that bad, why have you gone out in your car today? You know? All these people with 4x4s. There you go, got a chance to use it now, look. Good old wheel wash. So 4x4 has to get as close to the edge as they possibly can. Makes you laugh. Well, it gives me a bit of hope, because further back as well it was pretty flooded up at Billingford, and I was fearing they might close that, but they've actually reopened there as part of, hopefully Billingford's still open. But by the look of the cloud, this is kind of the worst area at the moment. I don't think I filmed when I left, did I? Because it's Popmaster time. So I got to the reload, and the bloke looked less than impressed that I was there. Said, here to pick up check pallets, mate. I shan't repeat what he said, but needless to say, he was very kind to me after his initial disgruntlement. But basically their forklift broke Monday, and they didn't have it Tuesday, so they're trying to catch up with everything. And he just doesn't have time with trying to get everything unloaded and reloaded and so on and so forth, so they want to send me away. I said, yeah, no problem. So I made a call. I was then asked to see if they'll perhaps just put 6 stacks on. Just a little part load. just rather than have to go somewhere else and find pallets. So I went back to see him, and he very kindly said, yeah, all right, I'll chuck 6 stacks on for you. It's like, brilliant. So got the curtain open in the rain and all that. He put the first stack on, and then the window on the door of his forklift just shattered. There's glass everywhere. You couldn't make it up. So to spend about 10 minutes trying to get all that glass out, clean it up, sweep it up. He probably could have, if that hadn't happened, he probably could have loaded a full load of pallets on me. Oh dear. So yeah, I've just got 6 stacks of pallets, which when I get the Cheps in at Harleston, that could technically be 2 lifts, because some of their forklifts take 3 at a time. Right, there's the phone. Yeah. Hopefully all barges will let me come on through. Oh dear. Through the sheet of fully stop. Whee! Pull the brakes down. Well, 30 minutes later, and about half a mile down the road, nearly into Wattersfield. Well, technically I am now. I can't quite figure out why it's taken so long, really. Because it's just the odd vehicles going through the other way, but nothing's. We're not keeping going as if, you know, our side is going. So no idea what's occurring. But glad I don't live here, that's all I'm going to say. Oh, hey ho. I think we've got some volunteers directing the flow of this lot. Right then. just relentless. Right, I'm hoping this is the last sort of big flood I've got to deal with today, which has really talked it up, hasn't it? Been queuing for about a quarter of an hour to get through this one, I think, roughly. There's possibly a broken down car there, or two. Fire engine's just gone through. They must have had a bloody nightmare trying to get down here. Oh dear. I thought we were going to get through then. The problem is, as soon as you stop and let one vehicle through, they all come flying through. See, I don't know if you probably can't see that, but none of them will just sort of stop and wait. Let's see if we can get through. The car's sort of bobbing about at the edge there. I feel sorry for the pub, they've only just sort of reopened. Crap, there's an ambulance coming now. I think they're going to there. Oh, right. Definitely sticking the main roads on my way home. Oh dear, what a day. What did I say earlier? What could possibly go wrong? Blind as a bat. Oh dear. Well, I'm just sort of trying to think on the way home. There's not really that many dips where water can congregate that I can think of. And I'm hoping my little boat is not too flooded because it's got a hole in it. The old bilge pump will probably be doing overtime at the moment. Oh dear. How big's this queue then? Why is this car going that's that.